I don't want to say I'm backtracking, but what if it's the 27th and he rises on the day he turns 27927, which is Daniel 927 fused in twice on the days old that he is. What if I got my prep? My wedding day, everything's attached to this end times. My first address was 404, which is number of verses in Revelation. My wedding day was 3/12/1983. Murder code. How nice. 83 in Gematria. And remember, the day number or the date number was 138 fused with an 88. And then my next wife married on 7/14, didn't even know about this numbering progression system. My next wedding was on July 14th. So and I was her 88th. Two different ways. So my first wedding day to this 27th date or 25th, Black Friday, doesn't matter. But you do have the 145. So yesterday, the 22nd, it was 14500. And if it's a number, a zero and a number, you take the third number and put it in front of the first. So it's really also another way to see it. 14550 and 4550 was my second wedding. It's my second wife and I's combined number. Remember, it's got the 45 for Trump. Trump's 5, then 500 for Antichrist. So the next thing was in my prep. I saw that and I thought I might use it. So Colin Farrell, I was watching this Miami Vice movie. Really, really liked that movie a lot and bought the Blu-ray just to see it again. It was director's cut, had a few more extra scenes. And I took his birthday. It's 5/31/1976. It's 5 times 31 times 1976. He's got the 30628. Next wife progression 630. Well, you take the 6, put it in front of the 3, like we were talking about. 628 was my first wife. 62848 was her number. But it's a single digit followed by a 0. So you times it by God or 7154. And it's got a bookend of 2112. So, or it's 2-1 in both directions, frontwards and backwards. But 911 is fused with 1127. I was like, well, okay. Which could be the rising date, could be the offing date, could be nothing. I got a friend named Sarah, and she has a very unique number. Remember, all my numbers added together 2, 24, 27, 38, 42, 45 come to 178. And her number is 17838. She's 6 times 15 times 1982. 17838. Well, that's a double 830. That's murder code in either direction, 83 and 38 from the Gematrias, which I can't even get on that site anymore. Fused with the 178. So I was like, well, look at her days. Well, on the rising day, she's 14777, or a potential rising day. He can still go down to the 25th. I don't know. 14773 isn't a bad number either, if you know where I'm coming from with all this stuff. And I'm sure you don't. Trump's first song was My Way when he danced with Melania.
Tremendous honor.
Which is the Satanic Doctrine song. So you just gotta love that, don't you? I got that. We Seek and We Find had done something about Trump and My Way, so I just want to piggyback off that and share it. But yeah, I just I don't know. If he doesn't go down at all, well, let's also think about the what we think might be the total solar eclipse, or excuse me, what we might think is the abomination of desolation. We know it's the total solar eclipse, Hitler's birthday. And if he goes down on the 25th, it's 14/6, which is his birthday. He would rise on the 27th to give us that 144 days. But what if he rises, goes down the 27th? If he goes down the 27th, I don't hate the 144 with it, because it's still us knowing the book of Revelation is opening. It's 144 days to the abomination of desolation. And we know that the book is being opened, even though we suspect the crowning takes place 2 days later. What was that crowning Bible verse again? Let me find it for you. But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor. So the crowning is really like the rising day, that he, by the grace of God, should taste death of every man. So his rising would be 142 days. I don't hate that. Think about that 142. 241, 124, 142, scrambling them all around. My son's wife's incident that led to her death, what really was her death. She was on life support for 2 more days. But it occurred on day 241 with 124 left, a 24 in both day numbers. But that's 241, 124, 142 would be how many days. It's just another unscrambling or scrambling of those numbers. I don't know. I mean, if you look at 142 days, it's 4 months, 22 days, 1-4, and then the 4-2-2. That's so interesting. I'll tell you why. The Bible verse that tells us that we must suffer tribulation, and what would be coming, of course, is the great tribulation at the abomination of desolation. It's Acts 14:22 or 142. $422. You see the 142, and then you see the 422. 142 fused with 422. It's 142 days fused with 4 months, 22 days. So it's 142 fused with 422, which is perfect. When you look at the Bible verse, it says, we sheep, in hope of, through much tribulation, enter the kingdom. You have to suffer for the truth. You can't be taking part in Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, birthday celebrations, claiming man's free will, and then say, "Oh, I'm saved. I got Jesus. I love Jesus. I know he suffered and died and rose for my sins," and think you're saved. You didn't suffer, and you got a false Jesus. Jesus is the truth. You got a false truth. You got the wrong Jesus. He only came for a sheep. John 3:16, for God so loved cosmos in the Greek? First definition of cosmos is what he so loved. It does translate to our word world, but when it gets translated over into the English, we don't use the first definition of the Greek cosmos. And it's called being lost in translation. Lost in translation, Bill Murray. Why do you think they named it Lost in Translation? You got the Wikipedia version. You come down to IMDb, which I don't know why it's not there. So let's just go to IMDb. It just really doesn't want to give it to us. Doesn't want to give us reviews, parents guide page. So the AI is really jacking us around today, isn't it? I just got 2 different text messages saying, hi, how are you? Three, 266. Now day 335 to 66, but that would have him rising on day 335, going down on day 333. I'll tell you something about all of this. Let's keep going back to what we were talking about. What's the best out of all of them? December 1st. Going down and rising on 140. You got Eve in the seconds right there, 2096, 12096. Because 40 is everything as far as time with God. 40 days, 40 nights, everything was for his church was 40. He prayed, Jesus did. I believe that was for 40. Jesus prayed for 40 hours. Was Jesus, it was 40 days, wasn't it? Jesus fasted for 40 days. It wasn't about prayer. It was about fasting.
According to Marquette University, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights and afterwards was hungry. The tempter approached and said to him, if you are the Son of God, command that these stones become loaves of bread.
Oh, that was the temptation. That was 40 days, but I thought he prayed. How long did Jesus pray before his crucifixion? Jesus prays in Gethsemane. I can't say that word. Let's go look at it in the King James. Hang on. And I think I just got that confused. So my fault. But 40 is big. 40 days he fasted. The church, 40 years wandering around in Israel. Man, got that Eve coded. I don't know. And that 140, anyway, that's day 335. That 140 days, though, could stop 2 days before the abomination of desolation. It could mean something else. It's just little things that we're looking at before we kick back and watch it all happen. Is it going to happen? we are missing out on this wolf full moon hitting at what we want it to hit at, which would have been the 42 days. He has to die on the 25th for that to be a hit. But maybe he's not allowed to work it out the same way Jesus did. I don't know. Maybe he has to be short 2 days. What about being short 3 days? Because that would be 37 days that he would spend. So let me look at it like this. So we go to the 27th. If he died on the 27th, it would be 38 days instead of the 40. I don't know. But is he ascending up through that wolf full moon? It's on January 6th. Or is he just, if he goes down now, is he just ascending up through this this December moon? What do they call it? Oh, it's the Frosty the Snowman full moon, I think. We'll look at it in a second. January 17th last year, that's 117 coded, or Revelation 11:7 coded. That was the full moon last year. The wolf full moon. This year it backs up to the 6th. It's called the cold full moon. Which one's the frost full moon? It's February, then, isn't it? That's snow moon. That's right. It's called the snow moon for Frosty the Snowman. That's the February moon. Okay. And that'll be during the dark winter, January and February and December. They just flexed a little bit, showing off their weather capabilities by putting more inches of snow. Record snowfall in the north. It was insane. There's your snow in Florida. It snowed here once. It will be snowing here a lot in Central Florida during the dark winter. Just say, historic snow drops over 80 inches in Buffalo. That's where it was 2 days ago. 80 inches. They're flexing. They're just showing what's coming. It'll be round after round after round after round after that with no electricity. And plenty of snow in Florida. Release date, August 29th. That's that day my son's wife had her situation. September 12th, 2003. Yeah. Anyway. Notice loss in translation, 142. There's your 142. 142 minutes, 7.7 rating. I don't know. I don't think we have comments. We should check. Yeah, no comments and nothing in notifications for us. That would have showed that the comment didn't show up. All right, so that's everything. The progressions. Kind of quit doing these, haven't I? The X across America connects on the days when it's 144 days left to the abomination of desolation date, potentially. So the X across America progression. It's August 21st, 2017. August 21st, 2017. It's a perfect 52. Second marriage number. Okay. 19, 24, blah, blah, blah. The Batman movie release date. Let's count the days on that. It's June 23rd, 1989. June 23rd. Well, that's your 2112 again. It's a perfect 33-0. The Batman. I think we already did the Bart to the Future one. Total lunar in 2001, January 9th. Seven nine nine two. A perfect 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Boy, things really just point to this 1127 either for the rising or the offing day, doesn't it? All right. Anyway, love y'all.